In this episode, we're getting this thing running reliably and we're making it fast. Let's fucking go! So guys, this is just a little bit of a hardcore test before the new carb, etc. And you're going to see the new carb, etc. after these clips.
If you're not fair,
Lovely.
budget shit. See that? It went straight up from power, bro.
Yeah, it does. There is some creamy ass engine oil coming out somewhere, so we're just going to ignore it and send it. Oh, bit of the old bogging action. Bogging again, boys, it's bogging! So what we've got here is the old stator, and you can see the absolute state of everything in there. So what I've got is I've got a new stator, which I've just had to unscrew and take apart, because this usually goes behind here on a normal pit bike, but this is an electric start, so behind there's a starter clutch instead, and it's on the opposite side with a reversed flywheel. So because of that, I've taken all the good bits off that, the new stuff, and now that's all going in here. And yes, it is the same. Just giving these a good clean, fucking looking, spotless. I mean, not at all, but better than it was. So, yeah, let's fucking rebuild it. Just rebuild all this. Now, it's got blue tape on that because the old pickup, the wires came out the bottom, and I don't want anything to touch the rotor, so I just wrapped around the blue tape, made sure the pickup was still open, and voila, brand new. Compared to all this old fucking shit. What the fuck is all this? Dead. So the next step from here, basically, I cut the kill switch wires before, seeing if that was it, making it not a spark, etc. And I couldn't be bothered to just disconnect everything. So I'm going to reconnect all that. And they go down into the CDI box, which is, oh, not down, it's behind there, right there. So that goes into that. So let's wire it up. It goes to the blue wire. Took the fairings off so I could get to it, but every single trace of this black and white cable up to the kill switch so far is just pure white corrosion. So I'm going to open up the sleeve a bit, take it right back a little bit, and add a bit of wire into the kill switch instead. Kill switch is now wired in, and down here I've just done one of my inline tape joints, but up here what I've done is a simple normal twist joint, just so that when I want to put a connector on this in the future when I can be bothered to get up, yeah, it's easier to pull apart and just rip apart, whereas that connection there is quite strong and you can't really just pull them apart. This one here, the standard twist one, piece of piss. Now just before we move on to the power mods, spark plug and spark plug cap, let's get them on there. From this side, yeah, just look at how rusty and glistening this exhaust is. From where over, it's just getting red hot, and then we've been riding it straight into a river. Yeah, not liking it one bit, is it? Funny. So this is the plug I just took out. As you can see, it's pretty black. Not supposed to be black. Should be a nice brownish, tannish colour. This best. White as if it's running lean, black as if it's running rich. Oh, dog. And yeah, so here we've got the brand new spark plug. And what's wrong with this one is it needs to be gapped. So in order to gap it, I need to use my feeler gauges, which are right here. And then, because I've got these out as well, I'm also going to do the valve clearances quickly. So yeah, plug, valve clearances, let's get them in. Now I'm not sure what the plug gap should be, but I've gapped it there to 0.8. And now here we've got the old plug. And that's what that looked like. So yeah, I'm ready to whack these in and have a brill time. Now if you guys don't know how to adjust your valve clearances, I have a video on that already. It's for a YBR 125, but it applies to basically any 4-stroke 125, 250, anything with a single cylinder basically. Even the 2-cylinder ones, most of them. It's all very similar. Even on my Suzuki GSX 600F and 750F, it was the exact same, just you have to take a big cover off, not a small circle. Simple as. So go watch that video, link in the description, and the sizes will be different, yeah, compared to the YBR. So I've got the actual sizes in this description as well for this 110. So let's carry on. Done the intake clearance. Now I'm just going to do the exhaust. I've got it up on the fucking ramps. Funny as fuck. just angled the bars forward more slightly just to give us that extra bit of control, because now instead of being leaning back, putting the force over the wheels, instead of being in line here, it was back here, turning the wheels from back there. Now because it's more in line, it's turning the wheels from in the middle, so you have more control. Science. Now it's time for the performance bits. So here we have the old sprocket and the new sprocket, and you can clearly see the size difference. So let's just make sure before anything else that it fits, because that's important. So does it fit? Yes. And an important thing to check as well is there's enough room for the chain to actually go past, and there is. So I'm bolting it up. Hooray. So now that motherfucker's bolted on, I'm gonna go ahead, take the 19mm PC fucking shit 50cc carb off and put the 26 on there. Actually, no I'm not, because I'm going to port the intake slightly, as the space is 26mm, the intake's about 22 to 24mm, didn't measure it, but I can just see with my eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my drill, yeah, my little Makita, yeah, with my fucking grinding bits. I'm going to port it with that, because who can afford a Dremel? Not me. Yeah, plenty of clearance to the chain there. Could even go for a 17 sprocket rather than a 16 next time. That's if I need it, but I think 16 will be plenty. I think 17 probably would be a bit too much. Probably wouldn't burn out, wheelie and drift as easy. So my fight with the top engine bolt is continuing before I put the carb on, because I just got the chain on that one. Obviously I don't want the chain to pop off anymore, but I've just got it through the other side. Oh my god, I've just got to keep going. Fucking hell. Also, look at all the milky oil that's been leaking out where I've been pushing over and that. But that's alright, because I've got a big old 5 litre bottle of, yeah boy. Fuck me, look at the head on it. Oh my god, it's destroyed, but I got it on there. You can see I got it on the last bit. Outside socket, I've used the 17 fucking 12 spline, because I didn't have any like 13 12 splines to fucking do that with. And also, carb's still leaking. So, that's why we got a new one, as well as faster. And I've put a hole in the block, but that's alright, I've got some shit to fix that. So, boom, not on it. The engine is now actually not moving anywhere. The quad bike's moving. Whoa, I never thought I'd see the day. So here are the two carbs. This is the new one, obviously, this is the old one. And this is the intake spacer that was already on the quad bike. And as you can see, if I put it against that, there's a massive, like, edge, a brick wall, where it's not really flowing properly. Whereas I've put it on this one, it's the perfect size, perfect flow. You know, so that's why I wanted this size, not this size, but it's also because this is designed for a 50cc. Look at the actual size difference internally rather than externally. Let me just get it for you to see. That one there, massive. That one there, tiny. And then to actually visually represent that even better, there's the two slides. The small carb slide and the 26mm carb slide. 19, 26. 50cc to like 80cc. Fucking 110 up to fucking 140 to fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah. If I was going bigger than a 140 though, I'd definitely go 30mm. Fuck this for a 140 and bigger. Now, one of the reasons it probably had that 50cc carb is because when trying to squeeze the new carb in that gap, it doesn't at all, because there's a starter motor in the way, which there usually isn't on a pit bike. But easy remedy for that is to literally just turn the inlet manifold and face it the other way. Or another little idea I've just had. Now, the bolt pattern doesn't line up perfectly, but you see the top bolt, bottom bolt, and then round here there's another bolt on the other side. And I was essentially thinking I could rotate the starter motor housing backwards one. Now, the bolts won't completely line up, but I reckon at least one would line up enough to just bolt it up hard and work. But I'm just going to turn the manifold around, ram air intake as well. So basically, what's happened, unfortunately, is the carb was only fitting, yeah, with the starter motor twisted. It wouldn't fit either way round, unfortunately. So I've actually got the starter motor clocked now. As you can see, this bolt here actually is pretty close to lining up, but it doesn't, sort of thing, if I line the top up, you know. And then this corner here is just far out. That's ridiculous, but it's close enough. It's gonna do, because the carb's on. Sweet. There we go. It's all bolted up and actually connected now. Literally everything just about clears itself. Oh, it's beautiful. So let's see if it still runs. So this is actually the last bit of fuel I've got, and it's gone like this within like an hour of leaving out the quad bike outside my house. It was dead clear before. Now look at it. So something's up in there. Fuming. Might still try and run it on it, might not. Look at that beautiful oil coming out of there. Thick as pig shit. You can see how thick it is there. And yeah, it's creamy as shit, but obviously it's an air-cooled engine. Where did the water come from? Riding it through rivers, that's where. So here comes the fresh oil. So I couldn't find my funnel or anything, so here we've got a McDonald's cup. Lovely. And this is kind of a reverse burnout. So you do, pull the front brake in, put it in reverse, and you just fucking send it. That was nuts.
And how do they do it forward then?
How do they do it forward then?
I'm just wondering.
Just wondering, are you? Oh! Oh, baby! Woo! Nearly ripped me off. Fuck around the pussy!
Finally got it out of the massive ditch it was in. And off he goes. Oh,
I was doing sick though.
that was the 12 o'clock if you didn't know.
So basically, what I've got a few ideas for this thing is, I'm thinking I could either do a turbo on it, and for the turbo it's going to cost me about £200, yeah right, so bit pricey. I could do an engine swap, also about £200, bit pricey. I could buy new plastic, because that's £100. There's a good few things I could do to this thing, so just let me know in the comments what you think I should be doing with it, because I think it's fucking sick. But I'll tell you one thing, the long term goal for this thing is it's going to be a go-kart. It ain't a quad forever. I'm going to be using the axle and the steering setup, etc. to make it a turbo YBR go-kart. Trust me, it's sick. Hey, the chain's off. Only took us fucking, what, a good few drifts, didn't it? Mate. Piece of shit. Got my legs dangling over the front, but I'm riding by myself at the moment. Just a bit better for drifting, because honestly there's just no weight over the front end. It's all over the back end. Don't forget to subscribe if you love the Quadbike, if you want anything else. This thing is a dinger. Jesus Christ, this thing is difficult to ride, especially one-handed, because I'm holding a phone to film for you guys. Fucking hell. And that's all the point of view you're getting until I got a helmet on my motovlogs when I'm off my ban in July. Saying that, July's next month. That was a good one. Hell yeah, motherfucker! Send it sideways. Ah, the chain's off. Man was just sending it and the chain come off, as per usual. So, the chain didn't just pop off. It came apart, and we've only got this much of the master link. So, we're a little bit screwed, aren't we, Carl? What have you got to say for yourself?
I reckon you done it.
Whoa! Cheeky little cunt, I'm gonna fucking top the fucking head. So, zip tie wouldn't fit through the edge what I wanted it to, which is a bit unfortunate, so I just ran it on the edge. And we're just gonna see if it'll ride, cause fuck it. So let's go!
Or not. Alright. Yeah, it's holding for a second.
Oh, there it goes. She's done. Well, as you can see, the sprocket, mint. The carb, mint. The Quadbike, double mint. The chain itself, give it a rating.
I'd give it a throw it on the barbecue.
Right, basically, I've just put the master link back. Excuse me. I've just put the master link back together without any clips on it. So just sticking through. And I think it's time to send it.
It came off.
Yeah, it didn't really go well, did it? Go on.
So, right.
Look, he just fucking, it just fell off the bike and he just fucking saw it. What the fuck?
I told him, I was like, it was still on the bike. He was like, no, it wasn't. And it was still on the bike.
Wait, where did that fall from? Because there should be another piece, a fish clip. Where the fuck did it come from?
Okay. And the chain's gonna come straight off. Okay. Oh.
Subscribe to Bike or Bread right now!